As a resident, I started becoming more interested in refugee health. A colleague of mine was especially interested in the refugee health needs in Halifax, and the residency program itself had started looking at ways to start to meet the needs of refugees in the Halifax area. And so myself and a couple colleagues approached ISANS and the Halifax Refugee Clinic, which is a legal clinic for refugee claimants, and said, look, we're willing to work for free.
I got a phone call from the Halifax Refugee Clinic, which is a clinic that we've been partnering with that are working with refugee claimants who also are having a lot of issues in terms of accessing services. So they let me know that they had this physician that wanted to volunteer with them, and they were really interested in refugee health, and would I like to meet with them.
It was the start of the clinic, and I remember I went to see Dr. Tim Holland, in one of the conferences, and I told him that I heard about this clinic. I want to be a volunteer, not only as a medical student, whatever you give me. If you tell me to organize the papers, if you want me to volunteer in the hallway, I want to be there.
It was definitely an interesting way to start a clinic. We converted a meeting space at ISANS into a clinic room, kind of rolled over an exam table from their area where they would teach international medical graduates, borrowed some supplies from other clinics, used a computer from a different office, and just kind of got things going. And within a few months, we were at the table with the health authorities and being able to talk about how we could really get true resources to make the clinic work in a sustainable fashion. If we try to wait until we have the perfect solution, we're never going to be able to get there.
So we worked on developing what kind of a partnership that would be. And then we signed the partnership contract, and they went from a caseload of 200 people to, in the summer of 2016, I think they had about 1,800 clients. And now I think they're up to 3,000 again, because this is supposed to be a transitionary clinic where people are there for a while and then they're transitioned out to family doctors, and we're having a bit of a challenge transferring them out to family doctors. Last year, I think we served about 1,800 government-assisted refugees and privately sponsored refugees, and 360 of them came directly from the airport to us. But in 2009, there was about 200 people or so per year. So the numbers are small compared to the larger number of immigrants coming to Nova Scotia. And the majority of them are from Syria, they are from Somalia, Eritrea, Ethiopia, from the Congo, and other parts of the world.
No one becomes a refugee by choice. And so they've been through some of the greatest hardships that humanity can imagine. I mean, that's the one collective piece that we can see, and they're all coming to a new society. Anyone who's worked in healthcare for any length of time has realized that the social determinants of health are much more important than anything they ever learned in medical school. And so if you can't address the social determinants of health, be it language, poverty, diet, those things, you're never going to be able to deliver good healthcare. And so it's essential that we have a good relationship with our settlement partners, because those settlement partners are the ones that address all those other social determinants.
We look at things like affordable housing, which make a huge difference, that people are able to find an appropriate place to live, that we do really good employment counseling and engagement so that people can find, again, a purpose and a meaning to their lives, feel that they can provide for themselves and their families.
A newcomer has lost all the connections. It's like cutting a tree from the roots, bringing it to a new place, and it's very difficult to grow the roots again. I believe sometimes it's impossible. And while you are in a new country, ISANS or any service like this, it would fill the gap. It would be your family, friends, support, network, whatever you have lost. And then helping you to stand up again, and then being a useful person for the community.
So if you're coming from another country, you maybe haven't seen a system like Canada, you maybe have language barriers, you maybe have a health condition and other things that you're struggling with, being able to have that support. So with us providing the support and helping coordinating their health issues, and then having a clinic that are actually being able to see trends.
I think it's always valuable. I think the thing that I've really appreciated when I've talked to ISANS staff who work on the front line, the depth and experience and expertise that they have is phenomenal. And the compassion that they bring forward to their work is a huge, huge gift.